If you're over 0 and you've started to feel like your legs just aren't as strong or steady as they used to be, maybe they feel heavy, tired, or even a little shaky, then this is something you need to hear carefully. Because most people assume this is just part of getting older. And yes, aging does play a role. But here's what many don't realize. Sometimes it's not just age. Sometimes your body is missing something essential. Think about this. Your legs carry you every single day. They help you stand, walk, balance, and stay independent. But behind the scenes, your muscles and nerves rely on very specific nutrients to function properly. And as we get older, the body becomes less efficient at absorbing and using those nutrients, even if your diet hasn't changed. That's where problems slowly begin. You might notice, standing up takes more effort. Walking feels slower or less stable. Your legs get tired much faster than before. And over time, this doesn't just affect your body, it affects your confidence. Now here's the part that's getting attention. Doctors are starting to focus more on certain vitamins that play a key role in muscle strength, nerve signaling, and overall mobility, especially in adults over 0. And interestingly, nighttime may be one of the most important times to support your body. Because while you sleep, your body goes into repair mode, restoring tissues, balancing systems, and supporting recovery in ways most people never think about. So the question isn't, can one vitamin fix everything? The real question is, could the right nutrient at the right time help your body function better? But before you get the wrong idea, let me be very clear. This is not a miracle solution. No vitamin can instantly make your legs feel decades younger overnight. But correcting a deficiency and supporting your body consistently can make a noticeable difference over time. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through this step by step, in a way that actually makes sense. We'll talk about what this vitamin is, why it matters more after 0, how it may support your legs while you sleep, and most importantly, who needs to be careful before taking it. Because when it comes to your mobility, understanding the truth can change everything. So let's start with the most important question. What exactly is this bedtime vitamin doctors are talking about? The truth is, there isn't just one single answer for everyone. But in most cases, doctors often focus on a few key nutrients that become especially important after the age of 0. The most common ones include vitamin D, vitamin B12, magnesium. Now here's why these matter so much. As you get older, your body doesn't absorb nutrients the same way it used to. Even if you're eating well, your digestive system may not be pulling in enough of what your muscles and nerves actually need. And this is where problems can quietly begin. Let's break it down simply. Vitamin D plays a major role in muscle strength and balance. Low levels are often linked to weakness and a higher risk of falls. Vitamin B12 is essential for nerve health. If levels drop, it can affect how signals travel between your brain and your muscles, which can lead to numbness, tingling, or instability in the legs. And then there's magnesium, something many people overlook. It helps muscles relax properly, supports nerve function, and can even reduce nighttime cramps or discomfort. Now here's something important most people don't realize. Deficiencies in these nutrients don't always show up with obvious warning signs. Instead, they appear gradually. You feel a little weaker, a little less steady, a little more tired than usual. And because it happens slowly, many people just accept it as normal aging. But in some cases, it's not just aging, it's a lack of support. And that's why doctors are paying closer attention to these vitamins, especially for older adults who want to maintain strength, mobility, and independence. Now, does that mean everyone over 0 should start taking supplements? Not necessarily. Because the real goal isn't just to take something, it's to understand what your body needs and why. And that's exactly what we'll build on next, when we look at what science actually says about these vitamins and how they affect your body. Now let's take a step back and look at what the science actually says, not what headlines claim, not what viral videos promise, but what researchers have genuinely found. Because this is where things become much clearer. Studies have shown that certain vitamin deficiencies, especially vitamin D, vitamin B12, and magnesium, are quite common in adults over 0. And more importantly, these deficiencies are often linked to issues that directly affect your legs. For example, low vitamin D levels have been associated with reduced muscle strength, slower walking speed, and a higher risk of falls. Low vitamin B12 levels can affect nerve function, which means signals between your brain and your muscles don't travel as efficiently. This can lead to numbness, tingling, or a feeling of instability in the legs. And magnesium plays a role in muscle relaxation and nerve communication. When levels are low, people may experience cramps, stiffness, or discomfort, especially at night. Now that sounds important, and it is. But here's the key point most people miss. These vitamins don't act like instant solutions. They don't suddenly fix weak legs overnight. What they do is support normal body function, especially if your body has been lacking them. And that support takes time. In fact, in many studies, improvements are only seen when a real deficiency exists, the correct dosage is used, and supplementation is consistent over weeks or months, not days. Another important detail. Scientists are not saying, take this vitamin and your legs will become strong again. What they are saying is, if your body is deficient, correcting that deficiency may help improve function. That's a very different message, because the benefit depends on your starting point. If your levels are already normal, taking more may not make a noticeable difference, and in some cases, too much can even cause problems. So the real takeaway from science is simple. These vitamins are essential for muscle and nerve health. Deficiencies can contribute to weakness and instability, and correcting those deficiencies may help support better movement over time. No hype, no shortcuts, just real, measurable support based on what your body actually needs. So now that we've cleared the hype, let's talk about what actually matters in real life. If this vitamin isn't a miracle, then how can it realistically help your legs? The answer comes down to supporting the systems your legs depend on every day: your muscles, your nerves, and your circulation. Let's break that down in the simple way. First, muscle function. Your leg muscles don't just need movement, they need the right nutrients to contract, relax, and recover properly. Vitamins like vitamin D and magnesium play a role in how your muscles respond and repair, especially overnight when your body is at rest. Second, nerve communication. Every time you stand, walk, or adjust your balance, your brain is sending signals down to your legs. Vitamin B12 helps maintain these nerve pathways. When levels are low, those signals can become slower or less effective, which may show up as weakness, tingling, or instability. Third, nighttime recovery. Here's something most people overlook. Your body does a large portion of its repair work while you sleep. That includes muscle recovery, cellular repair, nervous system reset. So taking the right nutrient at night may support these natural processes, not by forcing change, but by giving your body what it needs when it's already in repair mode. Now let's be very clear about expectations. This doesn't mean you'll wake up the next morning with completely different legs. What it may mean, over time, is slightly better strength, improved stability, less discomfort or cramping at night, more confidence when walking or standing. And for someone over 0, those small improvements can make a big difference in daily life. Because it's not about running faster or lifting heavier. It's about staying independent. It's about feeling steady when you stand up. It's about trusting your body again. But here's the key message you need to remember. This vitamin works best when it's part of a bigger routine. That includes light daily movement, proper hydration, balanced nutrition, regular checkups. Because no supplement works in isolation. It supports what you're already doing. And when you combine the right support with the right habits, that's when real, lasting improvement begins. Now, before you rush to try any vitamin or supplement, this is the part you need to pay very close attention to. Because while these nutrients can be helpful, they are not risk-free. And for some people, taking the wrong supplement, or even the right one in the wrong way, can actually create new problems instead of solving existing ones. So let's talk clearly about who needs to be careful. First, if you are already taking medications. This is one of the biggest concerns. Certain vitamins and minerals can interact with medications like blood pressure drugs, blood thinners, diabetes medications. For example, magnesium can affect how some medications are absorbed. Vitamin K, often taken alongside other supplements, can interfere with blood thinners. Even vitamin D, if taken in high doses, can affect calcium levels in the body. So if you're on regular medication, you should never start supplements blindly. Second, if you have kidney or heart conditions. Your kidneys and heart play a major role in regulating minerals like calcium and magnesium. Taking extra amounts without proper guidance can lead to imbalances, which in some cases can affect heart rhythm or put strain on your kidneys. Third, if you don't know your current levels. This is something most people ignore. You might assume you're deficient, but what if you're not? Taking more of something your body already has enough of won't necessarily help, and in some cases, it can do the opposite. That's why simple blood tests can make a big difference. They give you clarity before you take action. Fourth, older adults managing multiple conditions. If you're dealing with more than one health issue, your body is already balancing multiple systems at once. Adding supplements without understanding the full picture can complicate things, especially when different treatments are involved. And finally, anyone expecting fast or dramatic results. This is where disappointment and sometimes risk begins. If someone increases dosage hoping for quicker results, they may end up taking more than their body can safely handle. But supplements don't work like that. More is not better. Better is better. Here's the bottom line. These vitamins can be helpful, but only when used correctly. And correctly means right person, right dosage, right reason. So before you start anything new, take a moment to pause, ask questions, and involve a healthcare professional. Because protecting your health isn't just about what you take, it's about how wisely you take it. Now let's talk about the part most people don't want to hear, but need to understand, because this is where everything becomes real. The truth is, most people are not looking for support. They're looking for a shortcut. They want something simple. One vitamin, one habit, one trick that suddenly makes their legs feel strong again, like they used to. And that's exactly why these kinds of ideas spread so fast, because they offer hope. But here's the reality. Your legs didn't become weaker overnight, and they won't become stronger overnight either. What you're feeling, the heaviness, the tiredness, the instability, is usually the result of gradual changes. Muscle loss over time, reduced activity, slower nerve response, nutrient imbalances. And all of these build up slowly, over years. So the solution has to work the same way, step by step, layer by layer. That means moving your body regularly, even in small ways, eating in a way that supports muscle and nerve health, getting the right nutrients, not randomly, but based on your needs, and staying consistent, even when results feel slow. Because here's something most people ignore. The most powerful changes are not dramatic. They're consistent. A short daily walk, a simple stretch routine, making sure your body has what it needs before you go to sleep. These small actions may not feel exciting, but over time, they can completely change how your legs feel and function. And yes, the right vitamin may support that process, but it cannot replace it. It cannot do the work for you. It can only assist what you're already building. So instead of asking, what can I take to fix this quickly? Ask yourself, what can I do every day to support my body better? Because that shift, from chasing quick fixes to building real habits, that's where strength returns. That's where stability improves. And that's how you stay independent, for as long as possible. If you've made it this far, here's what truly matters. Getting older doesn't mean giving up your strength. Yes, your body changes. Yes, things may feel slower or more difficult than before, but that doesn't mean there's nothing you can do about it. Because the truth is, your body is still capable of improving. With the right support, with the right habits, and with the right understanding, you can help your legs feel stronger, more stable, and more reliable over time. This vitamin we talked about today may be one small piece of that support, especially if your body actually needs it. But remember, it's not the solution by itself. What really makes the difference is what you do consistently. So take care of your body, stay active in simple ways, ask the right questions, and never ignore changes that don't feel right. And most importantly, don't let fear or frustration take away your confidence. Because staying strong isn't about turning back the clock. It's about moving forward, the smart way. If this video helped you, take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it too. Because sometimes, the smallest information can make the biggest difference.